want to be connected with more people that are struggling with their systems. They're struggling with understanding their messaging, that would like to get more clarity. So if you know somebody or you are that person, please reach out. I want to help you. I want to reach my goal of Mount Everest and help 1,000 investors. During college, I used to make churros. You know what the churros are?
Of course.
Yeah. I used to make churros for like just a summer job, part-time job. And I also sold cars at a dealership. And actually the cars dealership was the last time that I swore to myself that I was never going to work for anybody again. I was so miserable. So.
Hello and welcome to Dream Start Own podcast. I'm your host, Edgar the Connector, and today we have Will Castillo. How you doing?
What's up, Edgar? Good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Did you have a good 4th of July time off, or are you entrepreneur in it nonstop?
I'm a bit of a workaholic, so we did enjoy some time, but yeah, I was working most of the weekend.
Cool, man. Where were you located at?
I'm in Miami, Florida.
Miami, very nice. You're hanging out with Conrado, and who else is out there? Jesus, is he out there? Jesus Tang?
Jesus Chang. Yeah. The Conrado is in Aventura, if I'm not wrong. So I haven't really hung out with him. I should definitely need to make that happen.
Nice. How long have you been in Miami?
In Miami, it's been about 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I live most of my time here in Florida in Broward County.
Nice. Cool. Hot and humid?
Say that again?
Hot and humid over there?
Super. Especially in the summer. It is nice and sunshine every morning. And then around like 11, 12, you have this like storm come through for like 15, 20 minutes. And then it's nice and sunshine again. So it's very humid.
Yeah. Did you make it to Monterey?
Yeah, I was out there.
Okay.
We didn't get a chance to hang out.
No, the weather was nice though, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was nice and cold. No humidity.
I enjoyed this so much. We got back to Houston, got into the airport parking lot, and the humidity just hits you. And I was like, let's go back to California. Yeah. I'm going to go buy a small little house. But that weather, I don't know. It might be worth it.
Yeah, I agree. Love the weather over there. And just hanging around. We went all the way up to the Pacific coast. So it was beautiful to see, and just seeing, completely different space. I've never been to California, so this was my first time.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, we enjoyed it. We went whale watching, we went to the cliffs, we went to the mountains, to the trees, so it was beautiful.
Very cool.
So what is it that you're working on now these days in your entrepreneurship?
So my day-to-day, it's in my advertising business. I have an e-commerce advertising agency. I've been doing that now for 10 years. On my, on the real estate side and, in this group, I do a lot of AI automation, as well as, give and consult some marketing. So I work with quite a few different people in Owners Club and other clients that I have.
Fantastic. How many Owner Club members are you working with currently?
I think I would say a handful, probably about 5. For different reasons, some people may require some of the marketing side of things, just suggestions and consulting and things of that nature. And then a lot of it is also more working on their funnels. So that's kind of like what I've been dedicating most of my time, just being able to create funnels and get people started pretty much with getting that intake centralized.
Amazing funnels. That's something that Pace has really talked about. And then Branson, was that it? Richard Branson, was he the one that talked about it? One of the retreats?
Russell Branson.
Russell, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Cool.
Yeah, that was the first retreat. Yeah.
I haven't done any funnels yet. So people that don't know, what are funnels?
So think of funnels as a way to direct traffic into one specific messaging, one specific offer, and then get them to take an action. The action could be anything like booking a call or downloading a resource that you may be providing. So it's kind of like a way to direct the traffic or your ideal customer into going through a web page and getting something back, getting something out of it.
Excellent. Most of this is all online. Is it through social media? Is it through Google searches?
Yeah, no, great question. So think of it as, there's always going to be a source of traffic. Let's say, social media, Instagram, right? I don't know if you've probably seen these multiple times. People that say like, oh, like comment, X word and, I'll DM you this guy, right? So that's a funnel within a funnel. So that's the funnel inside of Instagram. And then once they reach a certain point or take an action, then they go into like what it would be like your CRM or your landing page, right? To get more information. So it can come in different ways. There's a leads funnel when it comes to organic versus advertising. And then there's also a funnel where it's like more to get you followers, for example. So it's all essentially to direct people into taking a specific action, whether that is in social media and Google search, even on today's, world of chatting with AI, there's ways to come up in that, in those results when people are asking for suggestions.
That's amazing. So you can do funneling for lead sources, for followers, for, I guess, to see people have courses, if they're trying to sell something. There's like almost no end to it. As long as it's something that a person can offer, you can basically get that traffic and direct it to them to be able to, I guess, their target audience, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So, through the years with my e-com agency, I've been able to actually grow the stores that I manage, using a combination between advertising and email marketing. So we create funnels, essentially send traffic from ads, Facebook ads, into landing pages and stores, and then get them to purchase in those websites. So it's a similar concept. You just get applied to a different type of lead or a different type of user base, right? Like you're trying to find always your ideal customer, and then get them to take an action. Like I said, either getting them to know you a little bit more and walking them through that path of becoming a follower or becoming a supporter of you of some sort.
I like it. So for somebody like myself, I'm in real estate, but I do a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing. So I don't feel like I have one good focus in. Do you provide consultations for someone like in my situation that does want to try to funnel people to figure out where I should focus my audience towards? Because I do co-living, sober living, so many things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things is kind of like we try to figure out is getting your playbook. Like what is it that your messaging is, trying to make sure that it is you're offering your messaging, right? And then like what kind of content you should share, at what point you should share that content. And then that drives them into precisely what I mentioned, which is the types of funnels that you will need, right? To get to that goal that you have for your business. A lot of people don't have that clarity. Like you just mentioned yourself, right? Like, a lot of us in Owners Club or entrepreneurs in general, they might have different, I guess you could say, faces or facets of their business. So getting that clarity is something that we have in our offerings and our services.
That's fantastic. It'll help somebody focus. I'm starting to focus a little more after having Tracy Cole on my podcast. She mentioned that one day Pace, shout out Pace, our leader in the community, about being able to, it's like, hey, he told Tracy, I can't tell people what to go to you for because what is it that you specialize in? So that's helped me to focus more on my co-living. That's good that you're able to offer something like that to help people provide clarity. That's something that entrepreneurs, man, we get that shiny object syndrome and just go all over the place.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's fun to figure that out with people because once they gain that clarity, it kind of like unlocks, it kind of gives you like a superpower because it unlocks like what you're able to do. In terms of like, your messaging, who you're attracting, what kind of content you should be making, right? Or like, what I like to call the intentional content that you're putting out there. And it technically is, going through a really deep dive. We call it like a clarity call precisely. And I'm doing this together with Anne McNamara too. So she's a driving force for this type of stuff. She's fantastic. And together we've been able to put together a really nice model for like helping people gain clarity about their businesses and their messaging. More for the purpose of like precisely, like you said, conducting their marketing, right? How to attract those leads, how to attract those people to come to through your funnel.
Shout out to Anne. She's such a nice person, amazing person. I've been hearing a lot more of her, not just on her small town revitalization that she's doing, to know that she's helping out with this too. And then I forgot who else I heard that she was talking about. Luz. She's working with Luz Ramirez as well. Shout out to Luz.
Yep.
That's amazing. I need to get her on my podcast. So maybe you can say, hey, make a suggestion.
I'll let her know. I'll definitely let her know. Yeah, it's been incredible, joining Owners Club and being with such a diverse group of people. Everybody has such a ability and skill set that they bring to the table. So it's been fun, like connecting with different owners and kind of like, oh, we can work on this part together, or we can work on this project together, and having the feeling that like there's a support level and an understanding between us, right? In terms of like, what is it that everybody has to do? So it's been nice. It's been really cool.
Awesome. What made you get into funnels?
Well, I started doing marketing at a very young age. I would say like right after, even before college. I mean, even before I graduated college. I was part of a fraternity, and my now business partner in the agency business, in the ads agency business, and I noticed that we were the constant ones doing a lot of the work. And then so we started like kind of like looking at all the flyers and stuff. It's college, it's fraternity life, so a lot of it was like either throwing events, parties, and we noticed that there was a constant thing. He was the one usually managing a lot of the budgets, and I was the one organizing and all the logistics. So in a way, that was kind of like the initiation of a funnel for what we were doing. And then we took it like as a serious business, and we decided, okay, let's go to business together. So that's kind of like, I would say, is the origin of it. What got me into funnels, into this space, was I wanted to get into real estate really, really badly. My parents went through almost went through a full foreclosure, but we were able to like save the house. The only way that I knew how, which was like essentially just throwing money at it, and pay all their arrears, and everything was good. Once we paid that off, they were able to sell the house. Everything was good. But then I joined, the community just out of pure, like, how do people deal with this type of stuff? And then that's kind of what got me into this. And, by the chance of evolving in the communities and understanding what I was good at, what I wasn't good at, I kind of like got stuck with like funnels again, because I think that that's a skill set that I grew for such a long time. So it's now kind of like my main offering, I guess you could say, for a lot of the owners here.
That's a cool story. So before college, are you still partnered with that person?
Yeah. We still run the same agency. We run it for mainly e-com brands, so online stores. And that's kind of like the niche on that agency. So I decided to go into my own as well, like essentially continuing the business and growing this business, scaling it as much as we can, while also, developing another 2-3 businesses on the side, after joining Owners Club.
That's an awesome story. You're still together, and now you're doing your own thing as well, which is one of the things that Pace talks about, is not just, you can have a partnership. You don't have to focus on just that one partnership with that one partner. You can easily do multiple partnerships, man. Congrats on that. Congrats on keeping that for so long, and congrats on spreading out, doing multiple businesses.
Definitely. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And then funnels is great. That's one of the biggest things too for real estate and Owners Club members, to be able to get lead generation for, wholesalers, or even the buy and hold people that just want the property to come to them and not have to do the hard work of fishing out and reaching out to 1,000 people. With your funnels, you can fine tune it to a smaller portion and funnel it to a deal. Amazing, dude. Awesome. Congrats on all that you're doing. Did you have a W-2 at all before, or is it you've all been entrepreneur?
Yeah, during college, I had a couple W-2s. I used to, funny story, during college, I used to make churros. You know what the churros are?
Of course.
I used to make churros for for like just a summer job, part-time job. And I also sold cars at a dealership. And actually the cars dealership was the last time that I swore to myself that I was never going to work for anybody again. I was so miserable. So, I kind of discovered that I would say at a young age, right? And after that, it was more just honestly purely grinding. I went from being a promoter for clubs to DJing at parties to, creating, going to college and, understanding business at a higher level. Because the thing about fraternities that a lot of people don't know is that when you go into a fraternity, if you use it the right way, right, there's a lot of benefits. Going into the leadership group of those fraternities and actually like being able to handle budgets and controlling logistics and having a team that works under you, or that you're able to like, in a way, like, hey, we're doing this, so like I need 3 people to help me. Here are the 3. Here's the responsibilities. Like treating it as a business was very was a lot of fun. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm a bit of a workaholic, so I took everything very serious when it came to those stuff.
Good insight right there. If you're in a fraternity, use it to be like a manager, right? Running like a business and not just a fun time. You can still have a fun time, but do that to be able to give you skills for your future.
Absolutely.
Good. Great advice there. One of the things Pace says is, as long as you're building up skills, even if you lose it all, as long as you keep your skills, you're able to rebuild yourself and just expand even faster than before.
That I completely wholeheartedly agree with that.
Awesome, dude. That's awesome that you were able to catch that at such a young age and not just focus on partying, but take that part seriously, man. I'm proud of you. It doesn't mean anything for me, but I'm proud that people do that. That you're a good example.
Thank you.
Have you put a Mount Everest together yet? Have you focused on one?
Yeah, I mean, it has evolved. I feel like every time we talk about Mount Everest is always it's always a nice topic to like hear people's original and then kind of like where it landed. Mine has so far landed on I want to help 1,000 real estate investors scale their businesses in order to help those in need of help when it comes to pre-foreclosures, when it comes to, I guess a financial burden that properties may have on them, and use those properties for affordable housing in co-living. It's a bit of a process in between them, but I believe that helping the investors scale their businesses helps all of us, all the parties involved.
I love that you put it together, and it's not just the end point, but the portion to get to the end point and to help others expand. So you can easily help out so many more people the way you're doing it.
Right. Yeah. The I guess you could say the secret number as to how many people I would like to help, or not the secret number, but the number that I have in mind as far as like the biggest Mount Everest is to help 10,000 families or people get out of that situation of foreclosure.
Amazing goal, man. Mine's only at 400. You're making me feel pick up my standard.
Hey, I mean, I'm gonna go for the freaking moon and see where I land.
Yeah, I love it. Have you picked up any co-living properties yet?
None of my own directly. I've been working with Tracy, Dustin, Kaipo through the co-living semesters. Co-living semesters hub is what we'll be calling it. And essentially, it's being a part of that entire process, really understanding it and learning it, as well as helping them with some of the marketing portions of a lot of the races that they're doing, a lot of the automations in the back and things of that nature. So I've been learning a ton with them, and with them essentially the three properties that are currently under their under that process. I'm also part of it. So nothing active as far as like having my own just yet. Kind of like just learning the process and understanding it, and trying to be able to like help where from where I'm good at. In this case, it's a lot of the marketing side of things.
Fantastic. Yeah, Tracy, good people. Dustin, that I plan to have on my podcast soon. Kaipo, I haven't met yet. Their whole thing that they're doing is fantastic. And now that I'm in Houston, so hopefully they'll let me know when they come to Houston. I can meet up with them and check out their property that they're doing the construction. Yeah. I'm out here with Luver and Brian and so many more. Casey. It's an awesome community we have in general.
Yeah, Houston is stacked. I'll tell you that.
How did you end up running into Casey and joining them? Tracy and joining them.
So when I first joined the community, I joined Together, and I joined. Then I went to Squad Up, joined Owners Club, and in Subto. But so during that time period before going into the first retreat of Owners Club, I joined Subto, and I was looking for people that were like down here, and Dustin's name popped up. So I reached out to him, and we kind of like, we were kind of like started talking on Facebook just to get to know him. And then eventually one thing led to another. We saw each other in Scottsdale during that first retreat, and we kept in touch. I met then Tracy during the Boston retreat, and loved talking to her and hanging out with her. So soon after that, it kind of like, they approached me to talk about this idea that they had and this plan, and it sounded really great. I wanted to learn, and they saw, I guess, something I could bring to the table, and I really enjoyed talking to them and working with them. So we kind of like formalized that a little bit more in terms of like, a collaboration into what they're currently doing. So that was, that's kind of like the long story short without like adding too many details into it. But it was progression. It was just like constant, keeping in touch with each other and just seeing from a little bit afar of like what each of us were doing. So yeah, that's kind of like how we got into this guy.
Great information. You're dropping a lot of nuggets there. So you reached out to Dustin because he was in the area and you stayed consistent communicating with them. Then later on at the retreat, you did some networking, met Tracy, and just continue networking and more consistency than Kaipo, and then just sharing your vision about what you want to do. And you're able to complement each other. Man, I love it.
Yeah. It kind of felt very in sync as things were happening with them. A few other people, I can say the same thing, Michael Metz Canyon, I met him also at Scottsdale. I kept in touch with him, and now we're working together as well. So a lot of the owners that I kind of like try to make it very intentional to work with or to build a relationship, we've been, working together more and more.
I love it, man. Best way to do it, working with other people the way Pace talks about.
You got to bring the value in. You always have to show and be consistent. There's no such thing as there's good luck, but you can make your own luck too.
Yeah. Great tips. You're part of the AI community as well?
Yeah, I am. With Heather, April, Jamie, a few other people. Yeah.
How's that going for you? How are you liking that?
Good. Well, every Thursday we have the AI hotline pot. So we try to get together and like we've been trying to figure out where to take it, but it's been a lot of fun. Like being able to we're nerd out on this type of topic and go deeper into like what everybody's doing, as well as providing the help to the community during the office hours that we have in Owners Club. So yeah, it's been fun. This has been something that I have been learning for the past, I would say, 2 years, or actually since ChatGPT came out. I'm like, okay, hold on, there's something here. What does it mean for business? What does it mean for me as a marketer? What does it mean for me as an entrepreneur? And then I started diving deep into it and integrating it as much as I can into my business. So it's been fun talking about it.
Yeah, I just started doing a deep dive on AI and using Manus and ChatGPT, mainly those two. It's crazy the things that they comes up with that you can do. And
yeah,
I bet you being that, just hearing this, like, oh, I want to try that. Hearing this, somebody else, oh, I didn't think of that. And he's like, wait, you did what? How'd you think of that? Yeah, it's pretty amazing to be able to, like you said, nerd out on it, man. I'd love to, but again, trying to focus on some things and not too many things.
No, I totally get you. Let me ask you, do you have a Google Workspace? Is that what you use for your emails? Or
I do.
You do? Okay, so a lot of people don't know this, but in the standard license, you already have access to Gemini, which is Google's AI. Yeah. And the cool thing about it, I've been using it more and more this past, I would say, month. I've been doing a little bit of comparison between ChatGPT, Manus, Claude, Gemini, and I continue to go back to Gemini because it is so like intertwined with everything that I do in Google Workspace. You can actually activate in Gemini access to your workspace in general. So what does that mean exactly? Well, you can actually ask Gemini things about your emails, about your Google Docs, about your Google Drive, your Google Keep, which is the note taker, your Google Tasks, Google Calendar. So like it opens up the doors to like a lot more of a one place where you go and like you can literally find information about anything in your workspace. So what do I use it for? Well, if I have let's say a lot of different emails with one specific person, I can ask Gemini to look into Gmail with all the emails with that person and to give me a summary of every conversation that we have had. It will go and actually do it. So it's a way to kind of like activate your superhuman, I guess you could say, side of things with Gemini in the workspace. And it's been fantastic. So definitely recommend to go ahead and test that out. And, if you're using ChatGPT and Manus, the problem with those two is that they're not connected with your workspace as Gemini is, because Gemini obviously is native from Google. So big suggestion there for everybody listening. Definitely try that out. It's fantastic.
Dude, that sounds fantastic. I'm definitely going to try it out. I've seen it on my workspace, but you see things and then that putting it together and hearing you say it, that you've done it, just opens up so many possibilities of what I have now with our calendar that Pace is, make us be purposeful with. Yeah, all my emails I get from my real estate and then being able to tell Gemini to do this thing, the AI. I mean, that's amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, of course. I'm here to share some nuggets that I found.
Yeah, can't share it all because then you got to go follow him, join his program, and sign up for funnels for your program, for your own deals.
Heck yeah. Thank you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit more about your e-com. You've been doing that for about 10 years. Is that what it was?
Yeah, since 2015. My business partner and I, we sat down one summer after school, after class was done and everything. We're like, okay, what are we going to do this business as? And it originally started more as like a social media management, but through the years we have done a multitude of different types of marketing, SEO, email marketing, which we continue to do. We really enjoy email marketing, Google advertising, Facebook advertising, affiliate marketing. So we did pretty much every angle possible that a store or like a brand will need. And we stuck with that one. We stuck with Facebook ads, Google ads, and email marketing as our core, because it's just, we're able to scale that a lot quicker and get a return on investment from our clients.
What platforms are you using for your e-com?
For e-com, Shopify is the number one that I would recommend. Secondary to that, WooCommerce. If you're familiar with WooCommerce, it's WordPress. And the reason why we like Shopify a lot better is because it's a faster way to get up and running than WooCommerce. WooCommerce has a lot of more like, I guess you could say, customizations that you can do with it, right? So it's open source, so it becomes you can get a little clunky with all the updates. So the way that I like to see them is like, okay, it's iPhone, Android, right? That's the comparison that I give it. Funny enough, it's okay to have either or, but we know that there's an ecosystem built within the iPhone. So the same thing happens in Shopify. So that's one in the platform side, on the website side. As far as like email marketing goes, we use an app called Clavio. I don't know if you're familiar for those watching. It is an email marketing tool. It serves with a lot of automations that are specifically for e-commerce. They have evolved through the years. They call themselves now the e-commerce CRM, precisely because a lot of the things that you can do in it. But those are two of our core tools in the ads agency.
Okay, what was the name of the email again? Claudio?
Clavio. That's Klavio or Clavio.
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce it or say it. That's how it's spelled.
The only one I know about is MailChimps, and I always call it
Right.
Mail Monkeys. I was like, why do they call it Mail Monkeys?
Monkeys.
It's more, it
Yeah.
flows a
So
little better.
MailChimp is another one that people use. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any affiliates for those? You send me those links and I'll drop them in below.
Oh, sure. Definitely. I can send you those. For Shopify, we build stores from ground up, and same thing. We set up Clavios from ground up. So, I can definitely send you those. And whoever wants to create their own store or e-com, definitely use those links and hit us up.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Help them out. Dropping some nuggets here. What about like e-com? Do you use Amazon stores at all, like FBA?
So we don't really do much of SBA. We have done it in the past. It's just a different game. It's a bit of it's just different from what we kind of like our core services. We do have a lot of vendors that do it. Like we have different partners that do, the things that we don't necessarily like do. We have a partner that does. So FBA stores we do have. We really do drop shipping in the agency. It's more the working directly with brands.
Okay.
So yeah, but long story short, we really do FBA, but we have people that do.
Yeah, I had an FBA store with one of those gurus, real estate guru, and he shut it down and gave us his mentorship. But I won't mention any names here.
Hey, everybody sells the dream, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of work behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure you can make them work. It's just more than the marketing says sometimes.
Tell me more about Shopify. So I know the way I see it, I haven't never dug into it, but I've heard a lot of people making money off of Shopify and drop shipping the way you mentioned. But Shopify in general is basically a platform you would use to create your store. Like if I wanted to do my own merch for Dream Start On podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So Shopify is a platform that you build a website on that has a cart, and then though you can create different pages of your business or your brand. It has a cart, meaning checkout. You can check out. The cool thing about Shopify is that like it has built an ecosystem or like a marketplace of apps that you can utilize for a lot of the different aspects that you need for your website. So it is really cool in that perspective. What's really cool about it is the ability to hold products, meaning like tracking your inventory, sending emails to your customers when they leave the cart. So like it has evolved in a lot of different ways, but the core ability of it is to host your store and be able to do it in a way where it can scale. Like, I haven't heard of a Shopify store that has, like gone down or anything like that compared to like, having to deal with a server. Like you don't need to have a server. You need to buy hosting. Everything is hosted by them. But there's limitations when it comes to that. It's closed source pretty much. You can't really like edit their hosting, but you can edit the website and create it through like drag and drop builders. So very intuitive, very user friendly, very easy to learn. So that's Shopify.
I always thought you had to do like build a website on Squarespace and then use like Shopify in the back end, but Shopify basically does all that.
Squarespace is a competitor of Shopify, where they're trying to go into that e-commerce side of things in Squarespace, and it's become very popular because precisely their builder is drag and drop. But I would argue that Shopify is probably way advanced in terms of like the capabilities
for e-commerce or even for web paging. I mean, web page design.
Yeah, I would say so because a lot of the templates are very easy to maneuver, so you can do a lot of things in there as well.
Okay. Do you know if it's easy to transfer like a Squarespace to Shopify? If I were to, right now it was Google, but now it's Squarespace. They bought all of Google's domains.
Right.
So if I wanted to move to Squarespace to Shopify, have you done that? Is it pretty easy or difficult or know how?
Yeah, it's fairly easy. I mean, you can do a direct transfer. Like, if you do, it will have to be like custom made for that like theme that you have in Squarespace. But as far as like transferring the information, creating the store from scratch, it's pretty simple. I mean, you could probably spend, depending on the size of the website, of course, and how many things you have to move over, you could probably do it over a weekend. If you understand Shopify, it might take you a little longer, obviously, if you're kind of like just dabbling in there for the first time.
Excellent, man. That's good to know. I've never looked into it that deeply. I just thought Squarespace for pages and then Shopify was like a back end. So you've clarified and taught me some things here.
Good. Happy I can do that. So let me ask you, Edgar, in terms of your business, right? Right now, you say you're focusing on co-living. So
right.
I wanted to ask, a question came to mind is like, how are you currently acquiring some of your leads? You mentioned you don't have funnels, but like, how are you currently investing in cold living yourself?
Mine have been just kind of like one-offs. I picked up a Subto property from teaching an agent how to do it. So speaking to agents, direct agents, one thing that I was doing a bit of. And then another property I partnered up with Adam Colburn from Owners Club with the deal. So I gave him some money for it, bought into the project. Then I did a loan sponsorship with Lever. So I'm at mine. I'm trying to partner up with more people because I think I can scale faster that way instead of trying to do leads. But since Pace is also sending us bird dogs now, right now, I'm getting a lot of leads that way. I got an underwriter that's helping me. I just met somebody yesterday that might be helping me with Dispo. So that's kind of my leads where I'm a good delegator to get stuff. So I'm not really doing any of my lead generation anymore the way I was with direct agent. And I did for some door knocking. I'm starting to do that with, shout out Subto Drew with him on Saturdays when I can. So I'm just all over the place. Nothing specific just yet. I've thought about like Facebook ads, this and that, but the way my W-2 is, I won't be able to answer a call just randomly. And if you don't answer quick, that's within 5 minutes, you lose a sale.
Yep. I agree. Okay. I see. So your way on this has been mostly like to the community, pretty much just connecting with different people and adding value to them. Okay. Fantastic. No, that's good. I wanted to understand that a little bit because everybody has a different way of doing it. So it's interesting to hear how people are either getting into deals or working with, other members of the community. So that's really dope. And you're in Houston. I mean, you guys got a stack group of people over there that have plenty of experience. So that is really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. So like with Tracy Cole and you guys, and hopefully you can partner up on something. Brian Madsen and his team with Stephanie Gibson and William, partner up with them, with Subto Drew. There's just so many. Casey's doing more things in Wyoming, but yeah, we have so many different opportunities. I'm trying to see where I can help out one of the places and be somebody like fitting in with Tracy and their team,
Nice. Yeah, no, definitely. I think there will be more coming up to Houston very soon. So, definitely excited for that project as well.
Heck yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You guys are doing great things. You're building 10 units? Is that what it is? 10 bedroom?
10 bedroom. Yeah, 10 tents. So, the idea is to get those 10 tents pretty much in obviously high traffic, high populated areas. And the cool thing about those, and I think I heard you talk about it with Tracy, but the cool thing about those is like everybody has their own bathrooms and they're like really nice bathrooms, really nice like rooms, really nice like, living spaces. So, it's been really cool seeing this kind of like projecting to what it is today. And yeah, I'm excited to continue to grow that.
Yeah, that's good to hear. It's going to be close to U of H, the college, the main campus. So there's definitely going to be a need there. Houston has so many people, are still growing. So yeah, co-living is going to be very much needed in the Houston area.
Yeah, completely agree.
So besides Tracy and theirs, and you have your funnels going on, you're still picking up clients for funnels?
Yeah. So for the funnels, I work with people more like a project base. Once we get the funnels kind of like situated, if we work on like an ongoing basis, it's depending on what service you're going for, or like what kind of like is where your bottleneck is. So it all depends on the state of the business, right? So I do like to work with as many owners as I can outside as well. But I've seen more of like a commitment from Owners Club members to try and get their systems in place. And aside from the automated funnels, like we have a group of owners, precisely. We call it System for Owners. It's a group between Heather Guzard, Jamie White, and Ras and myself. So we're coming together because we saw a lot of kind of like a little bit of like, I wouldn't say competition because we weren't never really competing with each other like that, but it was more like, some people would like be working with Jamie or Heather or Ras or myself. So we're like, guys, why don't we just come together and kind of like try to build something really nice for everybody? So that's been a bit of a project that we've been, highlighting here and there. We do have systems for owners, office hours as well in Owners Club. So you guys, please come and ask your questions. I'm sure we'll find a problem. We'll find a solution to your problem, either on that call or, we can do a little bit more of a deep dive, on a more one-to-one level. But what we're offering is pretty much having the four of us, be able to, kind of like come up with solutions for the businesses, and not only be able to give them, the plan, or provide them with more clarity on their systems, but also the implementation part of it. So that has been also a lot of fun, nerding out over systems and CRMs and AI as well, to figure out like what people are asking for and what do they need, so that we can then, provide it to their business. It kind of goes hand in hand with my Mount Everest, because the idea is to help as many, real estate investors as we can.
That's amazing. Collaboration over competition. You guys got together, and instead of being like, no, you do your thing, you partnered up, and it's fantastic having multiple minds together, because sometimes you want to learn something, but somebody's already done it, so they can easily help you get it done. And then you figure out another point of it, say, hey, if you do it slightly different this way, you can do it faster or give you more information. That's amazing, dude. I love that.
Yes, sir. Another person that I got to give a shout out is Michael Manatz-Canyon. Definitely, you, if you're following what he does, he's fantastic at the underwriting level. His Super Investors program has been also really, really cool to be a part of, and just getting people, to understand how to properly invest, or how to get the most out of the investments, through his fantastic calculator. So that has been something also that has taught me along the way. I didn't mention, but before all of this, I had zero experience in actually, I alluded to it a little bit. Had zero experience in real estate, like zero, completely. Like I had no knowledge about a year and a half ago. And through, meeting and interacting, and getting to know and going into deals and, seeing the entire movement has probably like taught me way more than I probably learned in a year what I probably would have taken me, I don't know, 5 years to really learn. So that collaboration has helped me expedite my learning just by, again, providing that value, right? So big shout out to him, big shout out to everybody that I'm working with, to be honest.
Good insights on that. Instead of doing YouTube University, going through and talking to people and trying to help them out, trying to solve their problems, you're able to learn it so much faster.
Yes, sir. Everybody's a step ahead of me, so I want to be able to, catch up to, or not even catch up, but understand the steps that they took to get there. So,
yeah, and you're taking effort to do that. You're going out of your comfort zone to learn this in a year and a half. You're doing big things with Owners Club in the real estate space that you said zero knowledge a year and a half ago. So that's great. You're giving other people permission to, hey, go meet up with people with something you want to learn, to be able to expedite your learning process.
Yes, that's correct.
And then shout out to Michael Manatz-Canyon. Hopefully I got that right.
There you go. Yeah, you got that right.
It's the first time I think I say it out loud. I've been trying to get him on a podcast. That dude's busy.
Yeah.
But he's killing it. He's doing great things. And he was, he served the country in the military. So shout out to him for that, and all of our veterans and everybody that served. Appreciate them so much. What have you been doing to learn most of your AI?
It's a good question. Number one is just practice. Honestly, just going in it. As far as like information goes, Reddit is a good place to be in. I would say actually, first place to be in is X. That's where pretty much everybody that does anything AI related hangs out. Reddit is more for like seeing what the public is using it for, and then I follow a few YouTubers. Liam Motley is one of them. I would say he's probably the main one that I follow in terms of like the AI automation world. But yeah, between those three are kind of like, it's where I'm kind of like spending most of my social media, like, research on. And then the rest is, like I said, is pretty much going into actual using it, right? Understanding how the tool works, going through ChatGPT, Claude, Manus, Gemini, Perplexity, there's so many, Spark, there's just so many. and prompting them the same way, and then seeing what kind of response I get, and then seeing, okay, I like this one, how this responds to this, and just testing it out pretty much. Trying to save as much as I can in terms of like which one gives me the answer to that I like the most, or that answers the best way for like what I'm asking for.
Yeah, definitely. I try that too. Same question between multiple ones. But it's good to know X has a lot of the AI like super users, Reddit more for public use, And then Dan Martell, I've been following him on Instagram. He's been dropping a lot of nuggets on that. I don't know if you've been following him. Some amazing things he's been.
Mention the name? Say it in the name
Dan
again?
Martell.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dan Martell is another one that I follow as well. Yeah.
Cool. So we got a couple of minutes left. Where can people find you if they want to get your services or learn more about what you're doing?
Well, everybody can email me at will@automeek.com. That's, I can give it to you so you can put in there. That's will@automeek.com. And you can email me there if you have a question about a service. And follow me on Instagram at It's Will Castillo. It's Will Castillo on Instagram. And just shoot me a DM, and let's start chatting. So talking to state.
Awesome. Hey, give us a like, drop a comment. He's Mr. AI here, along with the AI team. So if he doesn't know it yet, he's going to learn from 5 other people he's going to be able to reach out to. And dude, appreciate you so much on this. Besides people reaching out to you, what can somebody help you out with today?
I want to be connected with more people that are struggling with their systems. They're struggling with understanding their messaging, and that would like to get more clarity. So if you know somebody, or you are that person, please reach out. I want to help you. I want to reach my goal of Mount Everest and help 1,000 investors, scale their businesses. And, the whole goal here is to help people get either from a financial struggle they're having with their properties, or get that affordable housing that, everybody seems to need today.
Great. Yeah. If you have issues with foreclosures, he can help you out with that. If you need affordable housing, he can point you to the right direction. If you need clarity for your business, for your entrepreneurship, what it is that you want to get to, if you want to go work for somebody, he's going to help you with that. Your systems for your business, your own business. So he's already built some, so he's going to be able to give you a very good insight. So I'm going to be hitting him up for my businesses, because mine's all on little sticky notes that I lose here and there.
We can definitely fix that.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate you so much, man. Have the rest of your weekend, and talk to you soon, buddy.
Thank you, Edgar. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. Take care. Catch this next podcast where you can start your dreams and start to own your time the way these other guests have.